have the great zchut today, the great privilege of being Rabbi Shlomo Katz. We actually go way back. We sat across from each other at Yeshivat HaMivtar, the great learning institution in Efrat, led by Rabbi Chaim Bravender, Rabbi Shlomo Riskin. It doesn't exist as it once did, but it was a beautiful, beautiful institution that held such diversity, so much love in those walls. I'm sure you've heard the beautiful music of Rav Shlomo, but some of the wonderful CDs you should pick up: Kish Shoshana, Yismach Melech, Likrat Shabbat. There are many of them, and beautiful YouTubes you can check out to find out his beautiful music. Here is beautiful music. In my view, the most important Jewish musician alive today, infusing Torah with soulful melody and deep human connection that inspires people to act and to love. So it's a privilege to be in conversation with you today.
You're getting a hug after that one.
Let me ask you a little bit. So, the power of music, right? What's possible if we allow nigun, if we allow melodies, if we allow holy words to truly penetrate our soul? How can this be transformative on an emotional, mystical level?
We'll surprise ourselves more than anything. I see in my own life, I'm sure this happens with others as well, but in my personal life, that when I let the nigun lead me to my heart, and I stop letting my mind lead me to where I think I am, I'm shocked as to how powerful and redemptive a nigun could be in my personal life. And I see it with crowds as well. I see I'm sometimes invited to perform after many speakers at conventions or symposiums, of the sorts. And I see that people try to get through with words. And I feel bad because I see the power of music. I see that after people listening to words for hours, you come with one nigun, you break down any mechitza. But then you got to start talking. So the nigun, they got to bounce off each other. But the world of the nigun was meant exactly for that. It was meant for man to become reacquainted with a part of himself, which maybe at a certain point he thought, whatever, I'm older now, I can't get too excited about, childish things like this. However, this is what we're seeing all over the world, and what a gift it is whenever Hashem lets me open up my mouth. It's just the most incredible gift that I never could have imagined.
Part of what I hear you saying is in the Torah of Rav Kook that teshuvah, repentance, is actually returning to ourself in a sense, and that you're actually reconnecting with yourself and regrounding yourself.
We have a whole chevra in Efrat. We've been learning Orot HaTeshuvah for the past few years. We've been learning Rav Kook's most magnificent, powerful lights on repentance. And what we keep on seeing in Rav Kook's Torah is that all you have to do is elevate your field of vision. We're looking at the world from down here. So when I look at it down here, I see only from the below. The second I elevate my field of vision, I'm able to see things from a much greater plane. A nigun allows you to truly elevate your field of vision and be tuned into things from a higher plane. Literally, like when you are flying, I've been jumping on planes every day now. The second you get a little bit above ground and you're looking at things from above, you realize, why did I get so caught up with such nothingness? So I don't want to have to jump on a plane every time I need to enlighten. A nigun is that plane.
One of the things we could try to access in that plane is ahava, love. What would the world look like if we all tapped into the divine sparks, the potential for love put inside of us? How do we even begin that process of saying, I'm full of so much love potential, I don't know how to channel it or what to do with it? What does that look like to you?
Wow. It's such an important thing you're raising. For starters, on a personal level, we were blessed with our third daughter this last summer. And we named her Ahavat Tmima, which means pure, innocent, and complete love. Ahavat Tmima. And every time I call out for her, I call out for love. It's like it's such a humbling experience every time I call out to my daughter. Like, I can't imagine she's gonna get older. Ahava, it just doesn't work. I think that the combination though of ahava the ahava needs to be tmima, that the love has to be pure and innocent. Many people are into lovey, speaking a lot about love. But the fundamental really is something that we spoke about last night at the concert. Rabbi Shlomo Krabach used to teach that V'ahavta l'recha kamocha means, it really does mean love thy neighbor as yourself. It means love whoever is your neighbor at any given moment. That's all you have to worry about. We would love to try to love the world and fix the world and whatnot, but in essence, the most important thing really is, are you busy making sure that whoever you find yourself next to at any given moment is the most important person to love? When it starts like that, and I'm less worried about making sure I conquer the whole world, I don't know. To me, that seems like the only thing that's left for us to do these days.
It was a real chidush, what you said last night about samech b'chelko. That to truly be a person who is joyous in life means you find joy in other success and others' growth.
Absolutely.
What a transformative paradigm shift if we could live that.
Absolutely. There's another saying, just to add on that in Chazal, in our sages, it says, the words are that someone that prays for someone else, Vehu tzarich loto davar, and he needs the same exact thing, but you pray for someone else first, you're answered first.
Yeah.
So the way that the Hasidic twist is that it's not that you both are davening for the fact that you each need the new Rolls Royce or whatever it is, but you say, you know what, I'll choose for him. I want him to have it first. It means, I need him. Hu tzarich loto davar. I need him to have this. Love happens when I need your help to happen. And you know what? You really gave a lot of Am Yisrael a chance to daven for each other when you went through what you went through last year with the kidney. And you gave all of us such a tremendous opportunity, V'hu tzarich loto davar, that I need you to be healthy. I need him. Not that I need you to feel good. I need it. It's my need.
Right, yeah. I'll tell you, right before I went into that surgery, you were the last message I saw. And you sent me a message, and it was literally moments before the surgery. And you sent me a message that said, we're all holding your hand. It blew me to tears. I want to thank you for it now. Yeah, I was very scared to go. It was my first surgery, a major surgery. And that feeling of like, we're all in this thing together, you know? I mean, so thank you.
I had no idea. Wow.
So you mentioned Reb Shlomo.
Yeah.
Why does his legacy still have importance for us today? What do you continue to derive from the Torah, from the ethos of Reb Shlomo Carlebach? I mean, you're also a Reb Shlomo.
No, I'm just Shlomo. It's really one Reb Shlomo. I don't think it hasn't even begun. It's a weird statement since when you travel across the world, you can't find a synagogue where his melodies aren't sung.
Yeah.
I don't think it's even begun. I think that there's something really, with all the greats. Look at Rabbi Nachman of Breslov's legacy. It only truly began to flourish in the last 30, 40 years. In fact, my father just told me recently that when he was young, growing up in the 40s and 50s, he said that Breslover Hasidim were known as Toiter Hasidim, which in Yiddish means dead Hasidim, not deadheads, but dead Hasidim. Why? Because their Rebbe was dead. There was no, Rabbi Nachman died in 1810. There was never a successor, so they're like the dead Hasidim. What sometimes, like Rav Kook says, there's prophecy, which is for its time. Then there's prophecy, the Dorot, prophecy that's really meant for generations and generations to come. I don't think we've even scraped the surface of what Reb Shlomo was all about. I think the nigun is just the welcoming board.
Yeah.
I think it's just scraping. It's like, okay, come in, feel at home, feel safe.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna show you, I'm gonna teach you what love is all about. Because you spoke before about love.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what blows my mind and what truly impresses me and touches me more than any other attribute of his is the ability to be in love with God 10 years after the gas chambers. Reb Shlomo Carlebach starts singing, I lift up my eyes onto the mountains. But just 10 years ago, my brothers were putting gas chambers. It's like, it's beyond me. That point to me is what's most powerful about him. This ability this ability to attach myself to the Ein Sof, to infinite love, no matter what the circumstances are. So if that's true with man and God, that's one level. It's much harder though between man and God.
If we could figure this out, this is not a political revolution we're looking for, it's a spiritual revolution. If we could figure this out within Klal Yisrael and beyond Klal Yisrael, within the Jewish people and beyond, the revolutions are infinite.
I think it's happening. I think it's starting to happen. The only confusing point is, like the Katz Rabbi once said, we're absolutely shocked when we think differently, but we're not shocked that the fact we look differently. Why are we so shocked that you and I think? You think that if God wanted us all to think alike, we wouldn't think alike? Of course we would. Of course we would.
Yeah. And in fact, if we learn from the Gemara that HaKadosh Baruch Hu, God makes us unique, that's part of what gives us a Tselem Elokim, is that each of us has a unique purpose. That actually the fact that we think different is part of the divine gift. The whole notion of machloket, of different view, expands our consciousness to understand a little more of the divine secrets in the world.
Correct.
So one of your great loves, one that I connect with, is a love for not only Am Yisrael and Torah Yisrael, the Jewish people and our Torah, but Eretz Yisrael. I know you were exposed very, very young, back and forth from LA to Israel, but what does that mean for you today? I mean, not as a political entity, but as important as that may be, but as a spiritual connection.
It's amazing how the last word I think about when you say the word Eretz Yisrael is political. It's like the last thing in the world.
Right.
Honestly.
Right.
It's amazing. I don't know what it is. Look, I live there. I have the privilege of living in the heart of the land of Israel. And I've been there, like you said, on and off from the age of 9. And when I was young and we made Aliyah as a family in 1989 from Los Angeles to a city called Ra'anana, so there was the Eretz Yisrael of the Tnimut, of that pure innocence, which I pray my children are experiencing right now. I always pray for that. It was the Eretz Yisrael of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, of Sarah, Rivka, Rachel, and Leah. It wasn't the Eretz Yisrael of however the world sees it today. And being here right now on this beautiful sunny day out here in Scottsdale, Arizona, even though we're here and I'm enjoying every second, my heart is directed into the same direction where I would dive into this morning. Yeah. Everything is eastbound. Yeah. Everything is eastbound. So the last thing I think about really is the word politics, without a doubt, because to me, your Shabbos table is not a political statement. And to me, the land of Israel is God's Shabbos table. But you better keep the door open. You got to invite everybody to come to your Shabbos table, as long as everyone knows that they're guests at your Shabbos table.
Yeah, beautiful. Thank you.
I'm just waiting for you at my Shabbos table.
We'll be there.
I have no doubt.
We will be there.
It's
you give me a lot of chizuk, a lot of strength, and a lot of other people too. You should just have so much bracha to continue doing what you do. And I want to encourage others that don't just listen to this music. Learn the psukim, learn the verses, understand the meaning, meditate on them, listen in your car when you're taking a jog, when you need a break from work, to integrate the Torah. Because integrating Torah into our lives is not a cognitive process. It's ultimately a spiritual process. It requires deep spiritual practice and commitment to listen and allow it to penetrate your neshama, your soul. And so pick up some of these CDs, listen to this stuff. Again, not just as music, but as a transformative practice. Thanks for sharing a little Torah with us today.
My highest honor. Thank you so much. And thanks to everyone watching and listening. All the best.